accepting me for who I am, for always being there for me through the ups, the downs, the stress of work, school, life, and everything with that. So I really appreciate that. You're probably the most amazing, well, you are, sorry. You are the most amazing, caring, sincere, loud, outgoing, and loving person I've ever met. So I not only thank you for giving me a chance, but I thank University Housing for bringing us together, and then I thank God for giving me such an incredible blessing in life. Now, if you guys don't know the story, Kelsey and I met 2.5 years ago. Recapping on that. We met in Nation Hall, and I was sitting in the lobby. There were movie nights that we did back then. So I was sitting in the lobby, and I was hanging out with an RA there, and we were just talking. And this girl comes in, and I swear she was bouncing up and down. She comes in, and she's wearing sweats and a hoodie, and she's telling the most eccentric story to Maria. I don't even remember what it was about. But then mid-story, she turns to me, and she gives me the biggest, most incredible smile I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, wow, who is this girl? This is great. So that was the end of that moment. Now, the next day, I was on duty. So I walked through the halls for one of the rounds, and I get to first floor nation. And as I'm walking through, she's in there putting something on her doorway. And so I start getting to the end of the hall, and she turns and she's like, hi, James. I was like, whoa, hi. And you guys know me. I'm probably the best person walking backwards here. So I'm doing my backwards, stumbling in the doors, and I finally get out of the hallway. Thank you. So I get out of the hallway, and over the next couple weeks, we talk, we hang out in the lobby, we watch movies. And I actually asked her on our first date, romantic me, through Facebook. Couldn't bear to ask her in person, so I asked her on Facebook to go see Harry Potter with me. And 12 long, agonizing hours later, I get a reply, and she said yes. So it was great. So I'm all hyped for our date, which I didn't call it a date. I said we just go as friends. So we went, and we were going to go to Mall Deli, and it was closed. And she's like, well, where do you want to eat? And I was like, I don't care, you pick. She's like, I don't care, you pick. So we sat at Mall Deli's parking lot for about 5 minutes, and she's like, fine, we're going to Freddy's. So we get to Freddy's, we order our food, and we sit at the table. And I looked at her once at Freddy's for about a second. Didn't really say anything, didn't really eat my food. I think I offered it to her. It was the best first date ever. So we make it to the movies, and it was Harry Potter Part 1, Deathly Hallows, great movie. I don't remember anything from the first time I watched it. But I was staring at it the entire time and never talked to her, never turned to her. I'm a romantic. So the movie ends, we go back to her room, and, well, we go back to Nation, and I go down to her room, and we're talking, and she's talking, and I'm not really saying anything. And I'm doing my usual shaking and moving around and all that. And then, thankfully, God knew I needed help. So he set off the fire alarm. It was actually a guy that lived on my floor, forgot water in his Easy Mac, so that's great. So then, after all that's handled, I go back down there, and I'm like, hey, will you be my girlfriend? And I don't know if she saw something in me, or if she was just scared I was going to write her up, but I said yes. And so since then, it's been 2.5 of the best years of my life. And so I thank you for that. Now, I do have 2 small favors to ask you. Now, I don't know if you've read the housing booklet on there. They asked me who I'd want to be stranded on an island. And I said Tate, because, well, you guys can read. But the reason I didn't put you down stranded on an island is you would inevitably get sick a couple days later, and it would be the worst experience ever. I decided instead of being stranded on an island with you, I will take you to an island. So, can you come up here for a second?
We're going to an island?
Yeah. Okay, now it's a short flight, so bear with me. We are heading this way. Now, I told Kelsey a long time ago how, it was probably last summer, but I told her how it feels like she's been a part of my life, my entire life. It feels like we've been together my entire life. And so I don't know if it's something in the water out at Crimson Village, but it just started getting me thinking about my future and how I really wanted to spend the rest of my life with my best friend. So, while your eyes are still closed. So, today, April 29th, 2013, I want to ask you one more favor. Will you do me the honor? Will you do me the honor and make me the happiest man in the world Kelsey Obniger, you may open your eyes. Will you marry me? If you didn't notice the strange people in the background, those are our closest friends and our families that made it here today for this moment. So, yeah. So, banquet's over.
We're a little bit late for duty. I do apologize, but